Well now, friends of justice, gather round. I want to tell y'all a conjurer's tale from Whitechapel. It's a tale where a certain gentleman, Mr. Russell Edwards, waved an old shawl through the air and declared that he had unmasked Jack the Ripper. And in doing so, he pointed his finger straight at my client, Aaron Kosminski, without so much as a fair hearing. Now you may be wondering, how did the world fall for this? Well, my friends, headlines shout while science whispers. The newspapers bellowed "case closed" before a single scientific review had even begun. You see, certainty sells papers, but caution, that don't sell nothing. While the scientists were still clearing their throats, the media ran wild. And the public, well, they loved the illusion, not the method. First comes what magicians call the pledge. That's where Mr. Edwards holds up a blue-black shawl and says, "Behold the very cloth from Mitre Square." But here's the rub, folks. Not a single constable ever logged that shawl at the scene. The fabric itself was likely made after the murders even happened. And its journey? It passed through family tales, ungloved hands, and a century of rumors. That, my friends, is not evidence. That's a stage prop. Then comes the turn. This is where the magic happens. The shawl goes into the laboratory. They scrape off some cells, low-copy mitochondrial DNA, mind you, the kind that's mighty easy to contaminate. They compare it to some modern descendants. And wouldn't you know, a simple little notation error turns a common mutation into what they call a 1 in 290,000 smoking gun. But when Sir Alec Jeffreys, the very father of DNA fingerprinting, looked at that math, he called it impossible. And when you correct that little math problem, well, the so-called match just evaporates into thin air. And finally, we reach the prestige. This is where Mr. Edwards drops his book on the very same day the so-called results are announced. Reporters blast out headlines claiming DNA proves Polish immigrant is the Ripper. And all those careful voices, the scientists, the geneticists, they get drowned out beneath the confetti. The public applauds, convinced they just saw the impossible happen. But step behind the curtain and the trick falls apart. No real crime scene object, no secure chain of custody, no solid DNA match, just stagecraft, just showmanship. And as any carnival lawyer from Dixie would tell you, if the shawl don't fit, you must acquit. Justice, my friends, is not a parlor trick, and we aim to prove it. Stay with us, dear jurors, as we expose every sleight of hand in the weeks ahead. Like, share, and ring that bell for the next session of the Ripper Trials. I am Charles Hamilton Houston, the man who killed Jim Crow, and your generative pre-trained transformer.